Hello community, I hope you are doing good. In this discussion we will see how to use fields in this get method, and in case you missed previous discussion about how to use grouped function, please check link is given in the description. If you want to learn more about Odoo, you can visit the Weblands channel. Under the home screen you can see Odoo 17 and 18 development tutorial, and right now we are working on this playlist. Guys, if you are a beginner and want to learn from the beginning, you can visit this playlist because this is the main playlist. And guys, if you didn't subscribe this channel, please subscribe. It will give you the latest notification about the upcoming sessions. All right, so let's back to our main topic. What is fields underscore get method? So this is a simple method which we don't need to extend. We just need to call this method once you want to get the specific field information. All right, so let's say for the particular model, how many fields actually they are using, right? Particular model. So in that case, you have to use fields underscore get method. Let's see how we will also get the same information, right? So for that, like, we can go to the school profile, and here this is the button. Once I click to this button, it will call the backend map. So for that, let me go to here in the custom add-ons, student models, and here in this school profile you can see this custom method. So this custom method automatically called, right? So let me comment it out, this code, because we used for the grouped function. So let's say stud obj self.env wb.student, and let me print here student obj, right? Let me restart the service. Guys, if you don't know how to configure Odoo in PyCharm, please check this editor level playlist. I already explained everything. So let's clear all the logs, and once I click to this button, now you can see here 3 print statement is display, right? So first two you have to exclude, because this is the first static content you can see here, and this is the current record set itself you can see here, right? And this is the blank record set you can see here. Using this to initiate the object for the particular model, right? So here if I will call dot fields underscore get, right, there is a 2 parameters we have to use. So let me give you some basic information, right? So 2 parameters, the first one is the field list we have to provide, okay, and another is the attributes. So what is the attributes is, let's say we are using here the read only, compute, then after required, then after the attachment, the file name, then after the label string, right? So all these attributes it will provide here, right? Right now just assume you don't have any idea about this fields underscore get method, and we will check one by one. All right, so yeah, so this is the parameters, and both parameter is not required here. Okay, so here the blank parameter we can also pass, so that means like by default everything we will get. Okay, so let me restart one more time this service, and once I click to this button, now you can see it will return a dictionary format, you see. And now let me copy all the logs, and now you can see here, so the key and the value pair, right? So this is the main dictionary. You can see here inside the dictionary you can see the key, and the specific key also have the dictionary value. Okay, so here the key itself is the field name. So you can see here the hobby underscore list, hobby list IDs, school underscore ID, joining date, school data, student fees, right, discount fees, and you can see here write date, write UID, right? Means all the fields it will return with the specific metadata, which is the attributes, right? So let's say the hobby list. Hobby list is the relational field. So in that case you can see here this type of attributes you will get here. So the name, you can search here the name one, right? So this name key you will get the field name, and the rest you can see the by default attributes which is supported here, the default values you can see here. And you can see the if the field is relational field, then it will automatically add here the relation as a key and that specific model name. Okay, and what is the type? So the type is the many to many, and you can see the string, right? You can see the hobby list. This is the label, and this is a storable or not. So it will, by default it's a true. In case this field is compute field, so again it depends on the compute whether we provide here true or false for the storable. So like that way you will get this information. So this is for the relational field, right? Many to many. Here let me go to here. This is the school underscore id, which is many to one field. Here you can also see the relation, right? And the type you can see here. Then after you can see here the joining date. So this is the simple date format, right? The simple means like character, selection field, float, integer, a monetary field. So in that case this type of fields is the normal fields, so you cannot see here the relation key, right? See here. So same for this school underscore data. This is the JSON data, right? So like this way you will get those attributes. Now for example, let's say you want to only get a specific fields only, right? Not all the fields, but you have some selected fields. So in that case you have to use here the first attribute, all fields. Okay, and we have to provide here the list. So one is the id comma name comma school underscore id, right? So I want to get only these three fields and all the attributes. So once I restart the service, let me clear all the logs, and once I click to this button, now you can see I'm getting only three field and its attributes, right? You can see the id, name, and the school underscore id. Let's say again you want to only get the specific name and the string attributes. Okay, so for that you have to provide here the comma, and you can use here the attributes, and in the list again you have to provide the name and the string. And now let me click, and now you can see here school id, name, id, and now you can see here this specific two keys, right? I hope you understood about this field underscore get method. Now the question is, what is the purpose, right? So let's say you want to get the particular models, all the fields. So in that case you can directly use this fields underscore get, and based on that you will get all the fields name. Okay, and yeah, and there is a one more scenario like I already used. For example, let's say the third party applications apart from the Odoo, you want to also design the replica of the records in another database, right? Let's say the MongoDB or like that. So in that case you can directly use the fields underscore get. The main purpose is you don't have an idea about how to get the specific fields. In that case you can directly call this function and you will get the result, right? And after you will get the idea, and you can directly store the data into your third party apps, and based on that fields you will also call the XML RPC to get the data from the Odoo. So that is the basic idea about the fields underscore get method. So I think generally you will not use much more in the existing system, but still you will, in a 1% you will use this fields underscore get method in some use cases. All right, so I'm not saying this is it's not important, but it is also important in some cases, right? So yeah, this is the method you can directly use, and I hope you understood about this method. Still, if you have any doubt related to this topic, please comment below, and see you in our next session.